Go.
Hi class. We talked about intelligence in our previous class, and we're going to continue about intelligence. But the first thing is the elements of intelligence in this class. What's the elements? What makes us smart? Have you heard about the word neuron or nerve cells? And what do you know about it?
You can pass signals, and then I don't know, you receive signal from other cells and pass it.
Yes, exactly. It is, yeah. In our brain and our nervous system has lots of nerve cells. They have different lengths from micrometers to a meter long in our whole nervous system. It is structured like this. Like this. This is a basic nerve cell. And we say in this part is soma. These are dendrites. And this is the axon. In this structure, dendrite takes the information from some other cells. I'm saying information for now, but it's basically, there's a chemical reaction in here, and you get some ions from other cells. It's an information it means an information for a cell, actually. It gets the ions from this way. There's a chemical reaction going on. After that chemical reaction turns into an electricity signal in here. It passes to a soma, and it passes to axon after that, to other cells, okay? But the very interesting thing is, in the soma, there's a structure of soma, okay? When you get the information, when you get the electricity from other dendrites, you add all those in some way, and you pass to the axon, but let's see. This is a voltage, and this is time. Okay.
So I'm sorry, I have a question. So you said that the ions are getting into and then.
That's right. Yeah, there's ions in here. Okay, that's a calcium.
And how comes the electricity?
Yeah, when you get, okay, let's say there's another axon in here. Okay, when the electricity comes from in this way from other cell, there are some liquids in between these. Okay, we say synapse this way. This field is synapse, and this electricity affects the liquid in here, and there's calcium, some other thing over there, and there's a chemical reaction going on here. Okay, and this affects the dendrite of the other cell. Then there's electricity that occurs in this way. It goes in this way to the soma, and it passes to the axon.
All right.
Okay. Okay. When electricity goes in this way from dendrites to the soma, it's just something like this. Okay. It's not ever zero, but it's going in this way, and after some of it, you have a threshold. It creates an electricity in this way, and this drops. It's basically an actual transistor or something like that. It's very mechanical. It works in some way. Yeah, it's very complicated also, but it works in this way. Okay. Our brains are a network of these cells. Okay. We have lots of different cells connect in some complex ways, and it's the only way we can think, and we can make calculations. We can do anything with that. In computer science, we use this information to create our artificial neurons. Okay, it's the first step of our finding an intelligent machine. It's the artificial neuron is something like this. Let's say these are the dendrites again, and you have an axon in this way. Each your dendrite has some weight, because we have to do it in some way. We have to make it in a mathematical way to create an intelligent machine. Let's say these are the weights of V2, V3, V4 of a neuron, artificial neuron. Okay. When you get a signal from other cells, okay, you multiply your voltage with these weights, add them up. G3 you pass those electricity to the center, okay, to the soma, and after that you have an activation function. It's the same thing with this one, okay. You have a threshold, it's biological, it's totally natural, but in here you have an activation function. You pass this value to an activation function, let's say, and you create a voltage in here. Okay, I mean, our artificial neural networks are networks of these, okay, and we can now as far as I know, now in some in some national labs they create a cat brain from these artificial neurons. They use transistors to create these, and I guess it's kind of successful also. And basically it's like this. Do you have any question about this?
Yeah, I think the output signals.
Yeah.
Maybe in computer science is always 0 and 1.
No, it's yeah, it is like that. It's like that. But in computer simulations, you don't have just 0 and 1.
Oh.
Okay, you can create any type of information. But when you go to hardware, yeah, it's 0 and 1 because you have transistors or something like that. But it doesn't mean it's just 0 and 1. You can use that 0 and 1 information in some sense to create some other outputs, and you can create like some other values from those 0 and 1s. Okay. Well, questions? Waiting. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question about the information transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see the information is transferred by electricity?
Yes.
So-
Electricity and with chemical waves also.
So how it works?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. This is just one cell, okay?
Okay.
You have 15 to 30 billion cells in your brain. It's not just this.
Uh-huh.
When you connect all of them, okay, those electricity patterns creates something for in your brain, okay? It's not just one thing. You have 15 to 30 billion cells, and when you connect all of them, you can be smart, really.
I heard that they have like positive and negative between each other, right?
Positive and negative between what?
I mean the electric.
Electric?
Yeah, on the axon.
The axons,
Yeah, is that like the positive electricity and negative electricity, so they can switch like, so they can transfer like the electric that way.
From in the axons, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get into those information, but in the axons, it's not just like this, okay? You have a skin, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you pass electricity, okay? It's also biological, but this makes this axons transmit electricity from this way to this way.
Okay.
But it's not as fast as transistors or some other thing, other man-made things, but it still makes us smart.
Yeah.
20 meters.